Yeah, and go ahead.
Chris, I live in a gigantic mansion and need a forklift to move my fish tank Jericho.
Well, he's still on the list for the slanderous comments he's made about me in his books. He's made millions off of.
Yeah.
All right.
And I've never received any compensation. I've never sued, which shows
Right.
I took the high road.
Right.
But he called me. He used the word dweeb to describe me. In one of his things, and he said I was working in Vegas at a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Right.
Jim Ross,
which got people reading would think I was a bum.
Yeah, Jim Ross. Jim Ross believed it. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Ross believed it. So it's like so that's, and I don't know what the statute of limitations is, but I could sue him for everything, I imagine, and maybe just move into that house and get rid of that aquarium.
Slander and defamatory content.
It's been gotten rid of because Joe sent me an email that he might want to read about the fish tank.
Yeah,
you
will enjoy because Chris ended up paying. Huh?
Yeah. Did you get the email, Joe?
Yeah. So. Chris was on the show Tanked, I guess, and that's where the fish tank came from. But here's what he said recently about it. That thing was a money trap. What a scam that show was. It's not on the air anymore, and I would say that to their faces. If anybody knows anything about fish, they said, what do you want in the tank? My son was a big fish guy at the time, so you had this elaborate tank with all these props.
Okay, let me go back to one little thing. I know it's a little thing. He goes, you would tell them to their faces what? That they're not on the air? I think they know that. Go ahead.
So you had this elaborate tank with all these props and a list and a light-up jacket. Okay, we'll put this fish in, we'll put that fish in, this fish, that fish. When they leave your house at the end of the show, you have this amazing fish tank. It's awesome. Problem is, you can't put 15 or 20 fish in the same water together. They have to acclimate and make sure they can exist. As soon as they leave, they send some dude over who drains the tank to half, and they start to acclimate the fish. The problem is the fish are dying. My kids are crying because this fish is dead and that fish is dead. Then a pipe bursts, and this thing happens. I'm not the only one. Howie Mandel and this guy and that guy, everyone had a problem with the show. Eventually, I think the tank was worth, they said, $40,000. After all the fish died, 3 different guys were supposed to be cleaning it, but they all quit because they didn't pay them. They're supposed to pay for the cleaner for a year. I finally had to get rid of the thing. I had someone come in with a forklift because it was so heavy. For $1,000 just to get it out of my house. It made for a great family show for an hour, but as soon as it was done and left, it was the biggest nightmare. They should do another show, Tank Nightmare. Those guys disappeared, and the show is off the air as it should be. Tanked sucks. So he got scammed there a little bit.
Good.
$1,000 it cost him.
Good. You discredit my good name. You try to publicly embarrass me, humiliate me.
So would you call that karma, Disco?
Absolutely.
All right.
Now, does he get any points for? I mean, he does kind of promote K100 by having me on the show to discuss various subjects.
No, you do not put the show in a favorable light, so don't try to put yourself over. Unless me or Disco are on there, you're not doing us any favors. So
I tried.
You get buried for trying to put yourself over. And the guy that sent the email yesterday thought I was being with you. Guess what? I was just again. Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!